The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Finally, we won an episode. I feel like it's been so long, but off of the back of Phenomenon and for the sins we committed in History of Jank with Phenomenaga, I guess Tactical Evolution is our victory to claim. So, moving on to Gladiator's Assault, and I gotta say, these past few episodes have been fantastic for this series, because after the hellscape of GX, I mean, we're still in GX, but this has just been a blast playing this series lately, and it's gonna continue, because Gladiator's Assault, I believe, is another incredibly playable set, because a lot of the cards lend themselves at the common rarity. Obviously, we'll see, but let's go ahead and flip up our first pack, see what we're going to be getting here, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. We want to see the Gladiator Beast and as many of them as possible, because it's going to be a Gladiator Beast episode, ladies and gentlemen. Some other interesting cards in this pack include No Entry and Parry. No Entry changes all attack position monsters to defense position. The Cloudians debut in this set, and that actually would be a strategy you could consider, but I think No Entry single-handedly makes it impossible, because if the Cloudians get shifted to defense, they get destroyed, and so that basically makes them completely inviable in my eyes, because this is a common, so we're most likely going to get 3 of it. And Parry is a counter trap that you return a Gladiator Beast card from your hand to the deck and negate the activation of a trap card and destroy it. So we do have trap interaction here, even though it is not necessarily the best. Whoa, that is a card I was not expecting, even though it is a rare, Gladiator Beast Diaz. Now, this is a card that by regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Standards is terrible, because it needs Spartacus and any Glad. But we don't need polymerization in this set for Gladiator Beast fusions, and Spartacus is probably playable enough because I believe it's 2200 and we're just going to special summon it with a Gladiator Beast effect anyway. This is 26, and when it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to grave, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the defense of the destroyed monster, and then we can tag him out into 2 other Glads. We're definitely playing this for sure. A couple of other interesting cards in here include Gladiator Beast Hoplomys, which goes to 2400 defense when it's summoned off a Glad effect, but it's 2100 regularly, which is pretty good. Ancient Gear Knight is an 1800 attacker, which is okay. Disarm is parry, but I believe just for spell effects. Return a Gladiator Beast card from your hand to the deck, negate a spell card, so that's interesting. And then we also have Cloudian Squall. If we did want to play the Cloudian deck, during each of your standby phases, place 1 fog counter on every face-up monster. So this just allows a lot of fog counters to accumulate, and that means you're going to be able to use the effects of the Cloudians, even though they might die immediately. So this is a card that's definitely worth considering if we want to go the Cloudian route.
Last week was one of the most fun episodes we've had yet. Those matches, or those duels, that whole match was just phenomenal, which is unexpected considering the pulls I got. I think I probably could have played game 1 better, but ultimately I'm really happy I made it as far as I did against double Phenomenon under those circumstances. We have another pack that is going to be a banger coming up today. I don't have the doodle ready because we are filming this pretty early. It will be in the deck profile, so look forward to it at the end of this. I'm hoping it is not too prophetic. We have another pack full of excellent engine pieces at common and rare, so I'm hoping we can break that curse today. Let's get into it. Pack number 1, starting off strong with a Gladiator Beast Murmillo. My super rare here is Cunning of the Six Samurai, which I don't care too much about. Disarm is a great trap for us because there is one trap in this set that's going to be really important for us to be able to negate. So this is a pretty solid one. And Alien Hypno is not that exciting because its effect does jack all this time around, but it is a combo piece with a couple of other Gemini support items that I'm excited for. Another great common for me, which is the Gladiator Beast Hoplomus. This is one of the really important Gladiator Beasts that we need to be seeing 3 of. Gladiator Beast Battle Halberd is also a really interesting card at common rarity. It destroys back row when you attack with a Gladiator Beast. While this isn't going to be very good for the trap we need to concern ourselves with, it is very good against the other Gladiator Beast equip spells that are going to be crucial to get rid of. Cloudy and Poison Cloud is also like a really bad exiled force, which is kind of cool. I'm definitely glad to be seeing a copy of that right off the bat. All right, pack number 3, a Gladiator Beast Demikari is another great common. Super Alloy Beast Raptinus is a card that's actually probably going to have a chance to come up. It's definitely a thing to consider with a great stat line. That's mostly what it's here for, but it does have some combos with one of the Gemini monsters I'm hoping to see this time around. Light Imprisoning Mirror is in here. I don't think it's going to accomplish anything though. Pack number 4, Gladiator Beast Respite is kind of an okay card, but otherwise this is a pretty suspect pack. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is slightly better in this pack than Light Imprisoning Mirror is, and Swing of Memories is a really, really important card when it comes to the Gemini strategy. It is a temporary monster reborn, but that's often going to be good enough.
Another reason why the Gladiator Beasts are definitely the star point of the set, aside from it being named Gladiator's Assault, is the fact that they all have equip spells. Gladiator Beast Battle Gladius gives a Gladiator Beast 300 attack, and when the equipped monsters return from your side of the field to the deck, and this card's sent to the grave, you return this card to your hand. So anytime you tag out a Glad, you get the equip spell back, which means you can reuse it on other Glads. This is something we'll definitely want to main as many of the equip spells as possible. Test Tape's a great card as well. This card, when it's destroyed by battle and sent to grave, you get to special summon a Glad from your deck. So it's a recruiter for Glads, which is going to be the center point of the episode. Another no entry, there's Demikari, which I believe can attack twice. We also need Demikari if we pull Alexander, I believe, and Alexander is one of the better ones, so we'd probably play this, honestly, no matter what, but if we get Alexander, that's even better. And a couple of the Cloudians in Ghost Fog and Acid Cloud. Acid Cloud can actually pop back row, but as you can see here, the first line of text is, or excuse me, the second line of text, if this card is in face-up defense position, destroy it. And paired with another card we pulled, no entry, that is a problem. Okay, I'm happy to see Spartacus, because if we wanted to go into Gaia Diaz, we sort of needed a Spartacus. And this card's okay, because it's 2200 attack, we can just tag out into it, and then when it's special summon, you add a Gladiator Beast equip spell from your deck to your hand. So it allows you to search for your best equip spell, which is nice, and it has the traditional clause with the Glad to be able to tag out into something else. This can hit over most of the format, especially because there's a lot of large defenders, so this is going to go in the main deck for sure. Well, there's a secret rare. It's not the one I was hoping to see. It is Tongue Twister. Now, this is a card that's probably one of the worst secrets in the set. If it's Tribute Summon, when sent from the field to the grave, draw 2 cards and remove this card from play. You have to actually commit to Tribute Summoning this. It does plus you, but I mean, not really, because you have to Tribute for it. I guess you could technically summon this. Oh no, it has to even be, this card's terrible.
Oh, there's one of the rares I was hoping for. Gladiator Beast Laquari. This is going to be the most crucial Gladiator Beast of them all, because it's got the highest base stat line and can be summoned off of any Gladiator Beast. This is a great one to see. Gladiator Beast Battle Gladius is also a pretty solid one, especially because it helps Gladiator Beast Laquari get over a Spartacus, which is the only Gladiator Beast we can expect to see that will be more powerful than Laquari. This is a great open. Gladiator's Return is also something I might run one of as kind of a bad Pot of Avarice for the archetype. Pack number 6, Express Roid, is something kind of funny. Gladiator Beast Demikari, though, definitely want to see the playset of that, and another Battle Gladius is pretty cool. Ancient Gear Knight is kind of cute. It has a Gemini effect that kind of guarantees that you can get rid of Gladiator Beasts. I'm certainly not sad to see that. Pack number 7, there is a Zero Stratus. The Cloudian cards are interesting, but the quintessential, the #1 trap card in this set that we're expecting to see or hoping to see really punishes Gladiator Beasts, or not Gladiator Beasts, Cloudians. So I'm not sure I'm going to end up running them. Gladiator Beast Secutor, however, may be worth running as a one of. Pack number 8, there's Colosseum Cage. The Gladiator Beast, a card that would be great if I were not playing against Gladiator Beast, but because it is reciprocal, it may end up in my side deck in case Alex is playing like a Cloudian strat. Then we have Gladiator Beast Bestiari. This is definitely a good one to see, and I'm hoping to see at least 2 of it. Chaos Neos, a card that we are absolutely not going to play. However, Infinity Dark is a really interesting Gemini monster. It becomes kind of Gravekeeper's assailant when it is Gemini summoned, or if it is summoned while you have a Raptinus on the board. This card has the potential to play a lot of field control strats. Dark Fusion, also an interesting fusion card. There are some evil heroes in this set that may make this worthwhile. Another Cloudian Altus is not great to see, but a Gladiator Beast Hoplomys is very good to see. This is one of the most important cards in the set, and I am hoping to see 2 more copies of it. All right, we're about halfway through. I'm seeing a smattering of exactly the Gladiator beasts I want. I do want to see at least one Spartacus, because I think while it's one of the worst Gladiator beasts ever printed, it's one of the best when it comes to this pack sealed. So I'm hoping to see that, a couple more Laquaris, maybe a Battle Manica or 2. Right off the bat, we've got an Evil Hero Infernal Wing. This is a card I will certainly consider because it does have a stat line over 2,000 and can be special summoned, but the hero monsters are not ideal. Gladiator Beast Gaiades, however, I will certainly consider if we get the Spartacus to summon it, which we have not seen yet. If we see a Spartacus, definitely going to consider running Gaiades.
Colosseum Cage of the Gladiator Beast, though, is not bad. You place a counter on this card each time a monster is special summoned from either player's deck. All Glads gain 100 attack and defense for each of these counters on this card, and if this card will be destroyed by a card effect, you can discard a Colosseum to prevent this card from being destroyed. So this is nice, even though it would buff Robert's monsters as well. It buffs ours large enough to hit over some of the larger defenders in the set, so we'll probably want to play this. Excellent. One of the better Gladiator Beasts in Murmillo. This one can pop a monster, and so this is huge for taking out some of Robert's larger threats. Removal is very limited in this set, and there is Battle Halberd, which I believe can pop back row, so that's a nice equip spell to pick up too. And the good equip spells keep coming. There is Battle Manica. Now this card is only a rare, but it is not guaranteed, as you know from watching the series. This card makes it so that the monster that battles cannot be destroyed by battle, and has the same effect to come back to your hand, so this will ensure that your monster will stake around, that you can tag it out into something else. This is a great card. Yo, another Murmillo, and there's another secret rare in Gilgarth. There are some better heavy hitters in this set. We haven't seen Laquari yet, which is a bit concerning, but 1800 is probably good enough standalone that we'll just play it just because it's a nice beater. 3 copies of Murmillo. That is insane. And there is another super rare in Gladiator Beast Thorax. This one, I believe, can draw you a card. If it's special summoned by a Glad at the end of the battle phase, you can return this to the deck to draw a card. So it doesn't special summon another one. This one kind of sucks. We're over halfway through the opening, and while we have Murmillos, I don't have Laquaris, and Laquari can get to 21 and is just a fantastic card. So I really hope we can change that here, but it doesn't look like it in this pack. But there's a copy of Alexander. This is fantastic because I believe we need specifically Dimakari to go into this. And the thing is, we can still tribute it at the very least. It can just only be special summoned through Dimakari. But at 2401 tribute, we're probably going to play this regardless. And this card's pretty nice overall.
Ooh, an Evil Hero Dark Gaia and a Poison Cloud. That's great to see. I think Dark Gaia requires a Fiend and a Rock. I'm not sure what the Rock monster would be, but it's something definitely worth considering. That's definitely a good pickup at rare. Yo, now that's a good holo. Most of the holos in this set are pretty inconsequential, but Defensive Tactics is an incredible one. It guarantees that your Gladiator beasts are going to survive battle, and then it gets shuffled back into the deck, which is crucial because it means we'll get the opportunity to use it again, even if we only get 1 copy of it. Definitely excited to see this one. An Evil Hero Malicious Edge is a hilarious holo. I'm not sure that we're going to be running it, but it is fun to see anyway. Another Gladiator Beast Dimakari. I think I have more than a playset of this, and I don't have any copies of, or I only have 1 copy of Hoplomys. There's also a crucial trap card that I'm missing. We are at 16 packs at this point, and I have yet to see No Entry, the trap card that switches all attack position monsters to defense, which is the defensive card for this set. I'd be very sad if we didn't see a single copy of that card. Holy shit. Now that is a pack. A Gladiator Beast Hoplomys and a Test Tiger at Ultimate Rare. Ooh, that's a pretty penny, but most importantly, this card is going to be bonkers if we draw it. Still looking for one more Hoplomus, hopefully a Spartacus, maybe a Battle Manica. Could you see your way to getting me that? And we have 6 packs left, and I have yet to see a single no entry. That's a concerning one. We'll see if we can get that. Pack number 20, a Cloudian Altus at rare still. Oh, there's a no entry. Oh, thank goodness. I am glad to see at least one copy of that. We have 4 packs left. There is a chance that I get more. There's Diamond Dust Cyclone, one I don't expect we're going to be using, but there's another no entry. Glad to see that, and my second bestiary. If I can get like a Laquari or a Spartacus to close this out, I will be very, very happy with these pulls. Cell Explosion Virus, a card I have never read before in my life, and I'm certain has to do with A counters, something that we can't work with this time around. I'm hoping that this last pack has that copy of no entry that I need. Yo, another Gladiator Beast Laquari is not bad. No Spartacus means I will not be summoning Gladiator Beast Coyotes, but second Laquari is not something I am going to be concerned about. My packs were pretty okay. No Gladiator Beast Battle Manica is not ideal, but I do have Defensive Tactics, which is arguably better. So I am going to be happy with these pulls. Let's get into this deck building.
No, I don't need more Murmillos. I guess if I'm taking them from Robert, I'll take it, but I need Laquaris now. Okay, I'll take another Spartacus. Spartacus is at least a nice monster we can tag into, and it's not likely that these cards are going to stick around, especially if Robert has Murmillo and removal, so the more of these we get, the better. Okay, I didn't want 3 of this card. I would have preferred Laquari, but I guess I'll take it. Super rare updraft, we're not playing this. That is like 3 Spartacus back to back. That could have been Laquaris, man. Oh my god. If Robert pulls up into this episode with a playset of Laquari, I think we're screwed. All right, you guys, so only a few packs left of Gladiator's Assault. Can we at least get one Laquari? I would really appreciate it. Another Battle Manica is nice. I will take that. The more of those equip spells we get, the better, but I would like Laquari, please. Nope, nothing in that one. We got another Battle Halberd, which is nice. That can deal with some of the other cards in the format. Last pack. Laquari, please. Oh my god, that's like my 5th Spartacus. Are you serious? That's like my 5th or 6th, I swear to god. All right, well, interesting opening. We got most of what I was looking for, but I really wish we got Laquari because I think this is going to be very difficult without it, but let's get to building, see what we can come up with.
Oh, I had really hoped that this doodle wasn't going to be as prophetic as I felt it might be, but oh boy, did that turn out to be the case. I missed out on some crucial cards when it comes to the common and rare slot. Notably, I am only on 2 copies of no entry because that's all I have, only on 1 copy of Murmillo because that's all I have, no copies of Spartacus, and no copies of Battle Manica. While I do have the double Laquari, which is great, very glad to have this card, I think Spartacus and the Battle Manica may be the more important rares here. Spartacus is the biggest Gladiator Beast natively and also searches out the equip spells, which I think are going to be the most important cards in the set. And Battle Manica is the most important card in the set. Battle Manica means that you are going to guarantee that your Gladiator Beasts resolve because there are no pieces of spell or trap based removal in order to get rid of them. Missing out on those feels really bad, but I think I came up with a good deck to replace all of those cards. Let's get into that, and I think I have some cool interactions that I hope we get to show off today. First of all, 3 Alien Hypno. This seems suspect because Alien Hypno is a 1600 vanilla effectively. However, I think it is a worthwhile card because I need monsters, and this is a fairly high activity one. It gets over Gladiator Beast Bestiary, Dimikari, and Murmillo, which is worthwhile enough on its own and has synergy with Swing of Memories and potentially the polymerization into Super Alloy Beast Raptinus. Since this is the next biggest monster I have access to, I think it's going to have to be worth running. Next, we have Triple Ancient Gear Knight. This card is just nuts. It's an 1800 beater that can have the Ancient Gear effect, which is just sick. Next, we have 3 Cloudy and Poison Cloud. I'm very glad I got 3 copies of this card along with 3 copies of Summon Cloud. This is a really cool interaction. Summon Cloud allows you to special summon a Cloudian either from your hand or graveyard. If it was from your graveyard, Summon Cloud gets destroyed. So what you can do with this is you can cheat out a Poison Cloud from your hand so that you still have your normal summon to summon a Gladiator Beast. You can then crash into your opponent's monster, destroy that monster, and then use your Gladiator Beast to attack directly. I think this interaction is nuts because then you also get the Cloudian Poison Cloud from your graveyard the next turn in order to use with Summon Cloud. I think this interaction is so cool, and I really hope that we get to use it. Next, we have 1 Evil Hero Malicious Edge. This is just a 1 tribute for a 2600 beater. That's really all it is. It gets me over Spartacus, and that's good enough for me. Next, we have Double Bestiary. Probably wouldn't run 2 of this if I had more Murmillos, but this does get rid of the equip spells, which again are the most important cards in the set. Next, we have Triple Dimikari because it's the next best Gladiator Beast. Next, we have Triple Hoplomus. This is our big defender, and it gets you Gladiator Beast from the deck. Double Laquari. Sweet. I am so glad to see this card. This is the best Gladiator Beast when it comes to normal summoning, and it is searchable off of test date. We have 1 Murmillo and 2 Gladiators return to make up for that 1 Murmillo. 1 Murmillo really hurts. You really want to resolve this card more than once, and you're almost certainly not going to be able to if you only have 1, which is why I'm running the Gladiators return to hopefully get to see Murmillo more than once. We did get a Test Tiger, which is incredible. This is the best Gladiator Beast card ever printed, and it's just spectacular. I really hope this card comes up. If I can resolve it, I'm probably going to win. We have Triple Test Ape, which is significantly worse. This card really sucks, but if I can crash it into one of Alex's monsters to get Laquari onto the board, I'm probably off to the races. Next, we have Triple Battle Gladius. This card gives me 300 attack, which gets Laquari over Spartacus, and that's probably good enough. We have Double Battle Halberd, which mostly is going to amount to getting rid of Alex's equip spells. Double Gladiators return because I have to. The Triple Summon Cloud, 1 Defensive Tactics, which is a phenomenal pull. Double Disarm. This card basically, it gets rid of the equip spells, and double no entry. That one's hard. Then we have the side deck. Most of the side deck is dedicated to bringing in Geminis if I'm feeling like I'm going to need the opportunity to special summon a big guy right off the bat, because Super Alloy Beast Raptinus is a spectacularly huge card to get off of a special summon. With 2200 attack and defense, it's kind of immune to no entry. So I'm bringing in the 3 Infinity Dark from the side deck, Triple Polymerization, Double Super Double Summon. This lets you get in with Infinity Dark to change Glad Beast to defense position and then bounce it during the end phase so that it doesn't become Glad food. 1 over limit just to be able to potentially get a Gemini back from the graveyard and get to Gemini summon it. Triple Swing of Memories. This is really cool in combination with Super Alloy Beast Raptinus, both because it gives you poly material and because you can potentially get the Infinity Dark or the Ancient Gear Knight effect to give you some battle tricks. And then double parry in case trap cards are coming up more than I thought they would, and 1 Colosseum in case Alex is on something different from Gladiator Beast for a few of his cards. This deck looks as good as I could have expected it to be given my polls. I think that we came up with something worthwhile, and I hope that some of these really cool interactions come into play. Let's see how it goes.
You know, I was excited about Gladiator's Assault, but now that I've had some time with the set, I think this is going to maybe not be as fun as I think. I mean, it's Gladiator Beast, right? It's going to be fun to some degree, but I feel like Robert and I's decks are going to look almost identical because the card selection was not exactly too kind, at least to myself. So let's do the card by card. First up, we have 3 copies of Ancient Gear Knight. This is just an 1800 body. This plus Gilgarth. I want to just have bodies on the field, and I don't really want them in defense position because stuff like Truckroid or Witch Doctor of Sparta are great because they're 2000 defense, but the problem is 2k defenders are prime for the Gladiator Beast because, yeah, you take some damage, but then you get to tag out into whatever you want, and I don't really want to give Robert the opportunity to do that. Gilgarth and Knight can actually hit over most of the Glads, or at least crash with a Laquari that hasn't tagged out yet, and so I think having a few of these will be okay. Next up is the biggest brain play I came up with. 3 copies of Cloudian Poison Cloud. This card is terrible, but honestly, I think it's pretty good for what we're trying to do. So when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, if it was face up at the start of the damage step, which means that it can't be set, essentially, which is all that matters, destroy the monster that destroyed it, and if you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. The reason I'm playing this is because we're pretty desperate for removal in this set, and my theory is Poison Cloud basically is 3 copies of Sakuretsu armor at the cost of some life points. Now, it's also interesting because with no entry, we could play Poison Cloud, change this to defense, and now it is face up, and if Robert wants to try to get at our life points, he has to deal with Cloudy and Poison Cloud. So I think this card's actually pretty legit, and if Robert doesn't figure this out, I think it's going to give us a huge edge. And then we have the Gladiator Beast, and there is a lot of them. There's one Alexander. I really hate that Alexander's only 2,400, how he can't hit over a tagged out Hoplomist. That's so annoying, but it's one of the biggest ones. We contribute at the very least. 2 Bestiari. This is good because we want to pop some of the back row, like possible copies of no entry before we attack, or any of the equips, so that way they don't come back. We have 3 Dimikari. This card can actually attack twice, so it's a pretty good beater. 1,600 is also fair stats. Hoplomist is 2,100 defense and goes to 2,400 if we tag it out, so that's insane. Mermello can pop stuff when it's tagged out, so I'm glad we got 3 of this. This is probably the best source of removal, and I hope Robert's rare luck continues, because if he gets 0 of this, we're probably going to win. I'm also on 1 Secutor. This one's okay because we're playing Battle Manica. This one, after it's special summoned with a Glad effect, then at the end of any battle phase in which it was attacked or did attack, you get to special summon 2 Glads from your deck except Secutor. So if we tag this out and equip it with Battle Manica, it's going to be very difficult for Robert to be able to out this, and then we're going to most likely resolve the condition to get a lot of our guys online. I only want 1 of this though because it doesn't have the regular text that Glads do. This is just a way I'm looking to clean up the game. And then we have 3 Spartacus. Spartacus is necessary for Geodiaz, so I need to play it, but also it's just like a decent card. It does have to be special summoned specifically off Hoplomist, but we're playing 3 Hoplomist anyway, so it doesn't matter. And the effect is good because it gets equipped spells to our hand, so it allows us to stay ahead. So I want to play 3 of this anyway. 2 Test Tape just rounds out the monsters here because we just want to get to our Glads as fast as possible, and this helps us do that. So a lot of monsters, but I think all of them are pretty sound in the logic for why they're here. The spells, I'm playing 1 Cage. I don't think this card's very good. I just think it's useful for helping us get over large defenders, or maybe stuff like Gilgarth and Ancient Gear Knight. If this has like 3 counters on it, Dimikari can hit over these, and so while it is reciprocal, I think it's useful even though we only have a single copy. 3 copies of Battle Gladius. This gives our Glads 300 attack. Battle Halberd will pop spells and traps. This is useful for popping Robert's equipped spells and his back row. And 2 Battle Manica, which is probably the best one because it ensures the Glad Beast will be able to tag out. And then for the traps, I'm on a 2-1 ratio of Disarm to Parry. Disarm stops spells and Parry stops traps. I like Disarm better because there's more spells in the format. No entry is probably the only trap we're most likely going to play. And Disarm is useful because it gets rid of the equipped spell permanently. Battle Manica is a very annoying card to deal with, and plus the other equipped spells are as well. So being able to stop this when he thinks he's going to have a way to get over one of our monsters, it only just shuffles a Glad back. And I like that as well because if we brick on like Spartacus or Alexander in hand, we want to get them back in the deck, and these cards allow us to do that. Parry is here just to stop stuff like no entry, also opposing parries. If we go no entry, Robert parries, we can parry that, so that's funny. And then 3 no entry because it's the best trap card that we have access to. I honestly don't even know if I'm going to use the side deck. I have 3 Truckroid and Witch Doctor of Sparta. Truckroid's very funny because in tandem with no entry, there is a world where Truckroid could actually hit over something that's in defense on the following turn, and then we get to equip it, and this thing actually gets to pretty sizable attack points. But again, I don't really want to give Robert free defenders to hit into for his Glads. Same thing goes for Sparta, although it does a little bit of burn. 3 Gladiators return. I am livid. I did not pull a single copy of Respite because that's one of the best cards, and it's Moray of Greed for the Glads, and so it's not like amazing, but it's a way to just get Glads back into the deck and see more cards. Didn't get a single one. Gladiator's Return is like a really shitty Jar of Avarice, and I'm probably not going to play it because it doesn't even get you advantage. All it does is just put Glads back, which is useful, but I'm not convinced. 2 Swing of Memories. I like this because it revives Gilgarth and Knight, and if we see an opportunity to go for game, we can just swing into one of them, and that gives us an extra 1,800 that Robert may not be expecting. So I actually quite like this card. If there's any card I'm most likely going to side in, it might be this, but there's only 4 targets, so that's like what the iffy part is. I have more disarms and parries in case I want to change my ratio, and then 1 copy of Updraft. If Robert's for playing Cloudians for some godforsaken reason, we're just going to punish him by playing our 1 copy of this, because this can just deal a significant amount of damage, especially if he doesn't respect the fact that we pulled this. So guys, this is going to be crazy. I'm so happy that we're finally on Glads because I think it's going to make for a fun episode, but I guess we'll have to see if it plays out better in practice than on paper. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Robert Robert, we're just continuing on the streak of fantastic sealed sets, I think. I mean, we haven't played this episode yet, but like the last 5 episodes, it keeps getting better.
Yeah, I think at the very least, the deck building has been consistently interesting for a while.
And next set, it's going to go to shit when we get to Phantom Darkness.
Yeah, of course, absolutely, for sure. Phantom Darkness is a set that was incredibly impactful in constructed Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed, on the other hand, may be another question. But Gladiator's Assault is going to be a fun one.
I think it's going to be a good time. We'll see. I mean, I think this may be more limiting than some of the other sets, but I still think it's playable and interactive at the very least. But we'll see how much that actually ends up being true. Let's go and shout the Patreon. It's totally Zoic. Thank you for the support. And let me totally win this.
Ah, finally. Scissors. Okay, now the question is, do I go first under these circumstances? It is kind of nice to get to attack first, but if you're going first, you also get to set the first back row, which does make a difference for tempo in this set.
It does. So I will say, though, I was thinking the same thing. Going second because of Glads is actually a viable consideration here. We don't see that very often in Sealed Showdown.
I'm trying to think of what's in my deck that actually makes the difference here. I think I do go first because the tempo does matter.
Okay, sure. Good luck, buddy. Let's see what you're working with.
Good luck to you too. Okay.
Watch you're talking about all of this and you're actually just playing Cloudy and Turbo.
That would be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Okay, this is an interesting hand. Is it a good one? Remains to be seen. I am going to set a monster and end my turn. A thrilling opening.
Gameplay we find ourselves. Okay, so if I had to wager a guess, if I had to just guess on a hunch, I would say that card is...
no idea what it is. I think that...
one of two things. It is either a copy of Hoplimus, which is a thick boy, or it's a copy of Test Ape, which in either case results in a Gladiator beast sticking to your field.
You're not wrong.
Not a fan of either option. So I am just talking in a circle just to say I can set a couple cards too and pass the turn.
Amazing. Let's draw for turn. Oh, that's an interesting one. Let's see. What am I going to accomplish with this hand? Let's go for the normal summon of a copy of Gladiator Beast Dimakari.
Okay.
Now, I think the same thing is true of your situation as well. I am going to flip summon the card you predicted I would have. Well done.
There he is.
Okay. And I am going to... what do I want to? I think what I want to do is equip my Hoplimus with a copy of Gladiator Beast Battle Gladius.
Ooh, gonna give him the attack
I am
game.
going to do that. I don't know why I'm playing around Imperm here, but I guess... I guess that's the play. I'm going to go into battle. I am going to start by swinging in with Hoplimus.
I'm gonna have to think how I want this to play out here. This is an interesting set of circumstances. This is going to be before battle.
Before battle.
Yes, because that does matter quite a bit. I feel like I don't have much of a choice, so I think I am going to no entry on Star.
There we go. 2 defense with all my dudes. Main phase 2, I am going to set a back row and end my turn.
Just drew it, huh? Interesting. All right, I'll draw. I'll go to main 1 here. The only problem with no entry is that it sucks because it puts Hoplimus back to defense.
It's true.
I'm going to flip my...
Wow, I had no idea that was coming. Incredible. Wow.
Who would have thought? I'm going to equip my Hoplimus with a Battle Halberd.
Ooh, that's a cute one. Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and normal summon out a copy of Ancient Gear Knight.
That's not bad.
I'm going to go to battle, send Hoplimus into Dimakari.
Okay. That is going to be fine.
All right, so then I will take a grand total. Actually, on attack deck, Battle Halberd, I'm going to pop
I'm pretty
this
sure
card.
that activates at the end of the damage step.
Oh, end of the damage step. Okay, sure. So I take my damage here then. So I'm going to take, what, 5? Okay. Now we'll pop
it's a Gladiator's return.
Okay, so it was pretty worthless then. Okay, now I'm going to go and put Knight into Demakari.
That makes sense.
Gone. End of the battle phase. I'm going to shuffle this back. This puts the halberd back in my hand. I'm going to run out a Murmillo.
There it is, and I am going to lose my
And let's
Hoplo.
pop the Hoplo.
Okay.
Yep, that will actually take out the Gladius as well. So pretty good exchange there. I will pass it to you. Go ahead.
Okay, draw for turn. That's okay. Not ideal. I'm going to normal summon an alien Hypno, and let's get that Murmillo out of here.
On the Hypno, sure.
Main phase 2, I am going to set a back row, and I'm going to end my turn.
I'll go ahead and draw then. Head on to main 1. What are you up to over there, buddy?
Playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Up to? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, all right. Let's make some stuff happen here. I'm gonna run out another Murmillo.
Okay.
Or Murmillo, excuse me. This is not Murmelio, different card. Let's bring out the Battle Halberd again.
Okay.
And let's go to battle. Let's go Knight into
And in the start step, we are going to use that no entry.
Sure. So they'll both go to defense. Second main, I've got a back row. Over to you.
Okay, draw for turn. There's a world where you like mega punish this, and there's a world where you just have a bluff face down. I think I have to play as if you have the bluff just to potentially get some value here. I'm going to normal summon another Hypno. I'm going to go into battle. I'm going to attack into Murmillo.
Second no entry, buddy.
Oh, that is a hell of a punish for me.
Yes, because would you like to end the battle phase there, buddy?
Yeah, I shouldn't have attacked the Murmillo first. I didn't think about that. Do they really count as having battled if the battle is canceled by a no entry?
Well, sadly, after a typical sealed showdown ruling classic, right? This will not trigger the Murmillo at the end of the battle phase, as much as I would have loved for it to, but it's okay. I'm in a pretty good position nonetheless. So
that is definitely for certain. I will end my turn, and it's your go.
Ooh, no back row. Oh, this is fantastic. All right, so these are both going to attack.
Yep.
And, man, I don't really have, like, a major card to follow this up with, which sucks. So I wish I could really punish you here. I can't even really commit to much else. I guess
and
I can
you do have to consider the fact you are guaranteed to lose your battle halberd if you attack with Murmillo, because it is both sides of the field and it is mandatory.
It is mandatory. Honestly, I don't give a shit. That's perfectly fine.
That's fair.
I suppose I just need to start getting some pressure on the field, so I will bring out a test ape.
Okay, all right. Sounds
of course,
good.
your Hypnos have 700 defense, so this is terrible. Battle. Murmillo will take this out. Mandatory trigger on Halberd. It'll pop itself. Gear Knight into this one.
Yep.
And then we'll hit for 700. Really wish I could capitalize
Take your 700.
End of the battle. We're going to go ahead and put this back. What do we want to grab?
That's a great question.
Many options. I actually think I'm going to grab out a Hoplimus.
That makes sense.
I'll just wall up. I'll throw it to you. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. Draw for turn. Oh, now that's a good one. I do like that card. What do I want to accomplish with it is the question. So I'm going to normal summon a copy of Cloudian Poison Cloud.
On the Poison Cloud. Okay.
I am. Right. I'm going to go into battle. I'm going to actually attack it into the test ape.
This makes sense. You're going to take 7, and then Poison Cloud will pop my ape, and I'll take an additional 800 here.
Yeah, and then main phase 2, I'm actually just going to summon Cloud back my Poison Cloud in defense position. And that will destroy the summon cloud.
Interesting.
And
all right.
I will end my turn.
All right, so I'll go ahead and draw. Go to main 1. I like that. That's cute. So I've got a couple of options here. I can either run out my Knight into the cloud, or I can do some stuff with Hoplimus, which is also pretty nice. Yeah, this just seems like the logical play, so I'll put Hoplo to attack. Gear Knight into Poison Cloud, so I'll take 8.
Okay.
Kills the Knight. Hoplo in for 7.
I'll take the 7.
Then end of battle, I'll tag out. I'm going to go for Spartacus.
Ooh, he's
and when Spartacus is summoned, I get to get an equip spell to my hand.
That you do.
let's go ahead and grab the best one, the Battle Manica.
Ah, okay.
I don't feel like I'm dying in battle anytime soon, but I will throw this on him just in case, and I'll set a card and throw it to you.
Legitimate. I'll draw for turn. Main phase 1, I am going to set a monster, and it's your go.
All right, we're going to have to try slicing and dicing at some point here. I will run out a Bestiari.
Okay.
This Spartacus can hit over a Hoplimus, so let's hope.
And it will hit over a Hoplimus.
Whoa, great call. All right, we'll go in for 15.
I'll take the 15.
All right, end of battle. Let's go ahead and tag out here. What do we want? I've got you on the ropes a bit here. I think I'm going to try to clean this up. Let's go for Dimakari.
Oh, okay.
And that, I think, will end my turn. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, let's draw for turn. See what we can accomplish here. I'm going to start off with a copy of Gladiator's Return.
Okay. Going to get to little mini jar of avarice effect here.
Yeah. We will shuffle and draw. Okay. Oh, okay. Why don't I normal summon out my own Dimakari?
Interesting. You want to crash here.
Yeah, I am going to go into battle. I'm going to crash with your Dimakari.
Do I care about this? There's no, like, quick play or anything, as far as I'm aware.
I'm going to play around my Cunning of the Six Samurai.
Yeah, right. For the 0-6 Samurai in this set. Yeah, I'll no entry this.
Okay. Yep. That is the punish for this move. And I will end my turn.
Okay, love to see it. Main one, we can put these guys forward again. My
Yep.
Dimakari can attack twice.
That's true.
So we can take out yours. 22 plus 16 is 38. That means this Hoplimus will, in fact, do it. So
That's
we'll go
it.
to battle. Clean
You
it up.
got it.
Woo!
Woo!
All right. game
Well.
on.
Oh boy, that's basically what happens when you see all of the cards that you want to see last first. You know, and then you get punished by every no entry you possibly could get punished by. So I'm going to try and go first, see if we can get a better hand this time around. I still think going first is correct in this set.
In all fairness, I saw all three of my no entries, so I mean, what else can you really expect?
You
right? I
know,
think this
sometimes... all right.
looking at my hand, this is going to be much different, I will say.
Let's draw for turn here. That's an interesting one. I'm actually going to start off by normal summoning Ancient Gear Knight, and then I have to make a decision about my hand. So there are things that get out Ancient Gear Knight right now. I am going to take the risk. I am going to set a back row, and I am going to end my turn.
All right, I will draw. Let's give this a shot. I'm going to run out Murmillo.
Okay.
I will equip it with Battle Manica.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yep. Go for it.
I will also equip it with Battle Halberd.
Oh, my God. Yep. Okay.
Battle Attack.
That attack is fine.
Take 1,000. End of the damage step. We'll pop this.
I will... Oh, just a moment. I actually have to decide if I need to do something on attack here. Yeah, I do actually, on attack, have to activate defensive tactics to make sure that I get this back into my deck. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's only if you control a face-up gladiator.
It's only if you, yeah.
Oh, boy. This is going great right off the bat. Okay.
All right, so end of battle phase. This is going to go back to the deck. Both of these go to my hand. Whoops,
yes, they do.
That is the Battle Manica. I will show it to you, even though
Okay.
the audience knows that it's that card. And I'm going to go digging here. Unfortunately, you can't get Murmillo with Murmillo. That would
is
be
true.
sick. So at least you don't have to worry about me popping your knight. I do, however, have a defense position Hoplimus.
I think, yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, it's fine. I have a back row.
Okay.
And this is 24.
It
I
is.
will throw it to you. 2,400 Hoplimus is pretty hard to out, so I would be surprised if you can.
Not a bad one. Let's see.
There is actually a striking difference between 2100 Hoplimus and 2400 for this set exactly.
Yes, specifically because of the equips and the size of the monsters that normally would be able to get over a Hoplimus. I am going to normal summon out a Hoplo of my own.
Okay,
I'm going to go to battle, and I will attack into your Hoplo with my Hoplo.
That is fine. So you're going to take 17.
Okay. Yep. And then at the end of the battle phase, I will trigger my Hoplo.
You don't attack with your knight too?
Oh, yeah. That would be great. And I am going to summon Murmillo in defense. Do I want to summon in defense? There are actually, Murmillo in defense actually gets run over by another Hoplo. So I think I'm actually going to summon it in attack. And I will destroy your Hoplo.
Sure.
Main phase 2, I'm going to say your turn.
I will draw myself here. I think the move here is to run out a poison cloud of my own.
Makes sense.
Gonna go into Murmillo.
Okay. And I will take the 800 and lose my Murmillo.
And I will say go.
Okay. I'll draw for turn. Interesting. Main phase 1, in order to get over Knight, you actually really don't need much. Laquari actually does it because I know that you have the Battle Manica in hand.
Correct.
Dimikari doesn't do it.
But I have Battle Manica, so it technically does it.
It kind of does it. Yeah, I'm actually just going to go into battle phase and I will attack in.
I'll take it.
Okay. I will end my turn.
I'll draw. Oh my fucking god. Why am I playing this card? Ugh. That's so bad. I will set 1 and I'll pass.
Okay, I will draw for turn. I am going to normal summon out an Alien Hypno.
Okay.
I'm going to go into battle. I am going to attack into your face down monster.
Secutor.
Okay, and I am going to attack directly with Gear Knight.
Take the 18.
I will end my turn.
Show me. That's not what I wanted, but I will take it. I will normal summon Murmillo.
Okay. Yep.
All right, we're equipping them all. We're gonna go Battle Manica.
Okay.
I also have Gladius to add to the mix now.
I'm so glad that you have that. Let me tell you.
So this means my Murmillo is 1100 and means I will take slightly less damage now. And
Crucial.
I wish this was like anything but Murmillo, so I could just not have to deal with
Murmillo.
this. Yeah. We're going to go attack into Hypno.
Okay.
So I'm going to take, 5 here?
Yeah.
Tag out, end of battle. Both of these come back to hand. I am going to grab, not Murmillo. I have a plan. I'm not confident in it, but
Okay.
I have an idea.
All right.
I'm going to run out Dimikari.
Okay.
Second main, I'm going to equip Manica and Gladius to Dimikari.
He's a big boy.
He's slightly large, and I will pass.
I will draw for turn. Not what I wanted to see. So he's got 1900 attack, which is not small.
And he can attack twice, keep in mind.
True.
And he can't be killed by battle.
Also true. I am going to set a monster and end my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll draw. That's not bad. I'm going to go to battle.
Okay.
Dimikari into Hypno.
Yep. Hypno is at 1600, so I take 300.
Then you're going to take 100 from my second attack into the knight here.
Another 100.
End of battle. We're going to go back, put these back to hand. I'm going to grab Murmillo, pop the monster.
It's a Hoplo.
Okay, so I was worried about attacking, because then that gets your engine back online. Then I think I will throw on the Manica and the Gladius again.
Yep.
I will run out an Ancient Gear Knight and pass.
Okay. I'm going to draw for turn. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I'm so glad that I drew that instead of any
You sound
of
like you're
the
having a
other
good time over there.
Oh my god, if only you knew, Alex. Okay, I am actually going to take this opportunity to summon Cloud back your Poison Cloud.
Okay, it is either player's graveyards. Thinking here.
Oh.
In response to that, I'm going to disarm you.
Okay. You're gonna lose a Glad.
I did check this. You can use the spells and traps. So I am going to put Battle Halberd back to the deck.
Fair enough. That is rough for me. And which makes my
I
next
figure if
move,
you're desperate enough to summon Cloud, my Poison Cloud back.
it does complicate things, not going to lie. However, I do have a second summon Cloud, so it works out pretty well. Okay,
right,
I will special summon your Poison Cloud in attack position that destroys Summon Cloud. I'll go into battle phase, and at least I can clear this Murmillo.
Yeah, you're going to take 11 here, and this is going to hurt because I lose all my equips as well.
Yeah. If I had
I take 8.
Decent follow-up, I would be much happier about this situation. If I don't put a monster on the board here, do I just lose? It's not improbable. I am going to set a monster, and I'm going to end my turn.
I'll draw. I probably have to do that. I'll sack Knight for Spartacus.
Yep.
Sadly, Spartacus only triggers on special. I wish it was on any summon.
Oh, I'm
so I don't
sure
get an
you
equip
do.
Here. Yeah, we'll hit.
Okay, it is Hypno.
Okay, second main, I'll set one over to you.
Draw for turn. That's not nothing. It's not great, but it gets me somewhere, I guess. I'm going to set a monster and set a back row, and I will end my turn. Spartacus having 1,600 defense.
Battle, let's hit in.
It's Alien Hypno.
Hypno, excellent. Okay. So now I'm in an interesting situation. I kind of am tempted to tag out here, but it puts me in a vulnerable position if I do. Spartacus is just massive. It's not unkillable, but it's hard for you to deal with this, especially when I don't let you keep a monster. I could go for a Bestiary, pop your back row. I don't know if I care about your back row. Trying to think if there's anything else worthwhile to tag into. My life is also incredibly low. I feel like I'd be more open to doing this if I had a higher life total. I think given the circumstances, I might just be better sticking with my current board, and I think I'm just gonna pass.
Okay. During the end phase, I am going to do nothing, and I will end my turn.
I'm glad that
we could. Yeah, we really did it there. God, really, that card? I am going to set a monster and end my turn. God, draw a decent Gladiator Beast challenge impossible.
I have Murmillo.
Okay.
Spartacus in.
Top low.
Nice. All right. 800.
I'll take 800.
End of battle phase.
Oh, how do I get over like Spartacus Hoplo here? A miracle is the answer.
I'm gonna go Hoplo. I think it's just safe.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, draw for turn. Oh my goodness. Well, at least I have Gladiator's return. If you have Disarm, you know, you have Disarm and I lose the game, but might as well try for it. Okay, all right. We're going to put back my Murmillo. I'm going to put back, oh no, the dueling book thing's happening again. Sure, we'll put it on the field. You know what, we'll special summon, you know what, that'll go to the back row. Gotta love dueling book. Okay, to top deck, shuffle, and draw. Does that do it? God, I think there is legitimately nothing I can do here. Okay, we're gonna try it. I'm gonna normal summon Murmillo. I'm going to...
Thankfully, you got Murmillo. I feel much better about this.
I am going to equip Gladius and Gladius to Murmillo to try and not take as much damage.
Double Gladius.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And I will go to battle. Do you have anything before battle?
This is fine, because you drew Murmillo. You can't go into Murmillo, so I'm fine
That
with
is
this,
true.
yeah.
I will attack into Hoplo with Murmillo.
Take 1,000.
I will take 1,000. End of main phase. I will bring these back to my hand. I will put Murmillo to the top of my deck. I will summon...
Who gets to go first here?
It's turn player priority.
It's turn player priority. It doesn't form a chain. You just get to
No,
straight
they're
up go
separate
first.
chains, I think. And
Do we want to check this first?
Let's check it.
Both players are about to activate Gladiator effect during the end step of the battle phase. Since each of these effects resolves independently of each other, then similar to resolving the effects during the standby phase and end phase, turn player may resolve one or more of his effects before the opponent will get to resolve theirs. Turn player will be able to resolve one of his effects and pass priority to the opponent, who will then be able to resolve one of his effects.
So I think it is in separate chains.
Okay, so you go first then, since you are turn player.
Okay, so I'm going to summon...
And if not, the Gladiator Beast, savants can tell us otherwise.
Okay, I'm going to summon myself a Laquari.
Okay, and then I will tag out for a Spartacus.
Okay. Oh, that...
And this will trigger my Spartacus.
It will trigger your Spartacus.
I know you have double Gladius, right? So I'm going to grab my own Gladius.
Okay. So that would put Spartacus at 25. Laquari would be at 27. Okay. Well, I will try for it. I'll activate double Gladius, and I'll target Laquari.
I'll disarm one of them.
And that is the game. Oh my god, this one was miserable.
Disarm coming in clutch. Wow.
Holy shit.
Okay. Interesting. What was this? Was just a bluff?
Oh yeah, it was just a bluff. It was a card I in fact did not read. I'm glad I only ran one of it. I did not read the number at the end. You'd think I would do the, actually do that, which is why I was like, end phase, I will not activate a card.
Yeah.
This was miserable.
Excellent. I'm glad you had fun. I had a blast, personally.
I had to put a lot of deck filler in because, as one might predict, all of the good cards in here being common and rare means that I basically got none of them. I got the one Murmillo. I got, oh boy, a Malicious Edge.
Excellent.
Yeah, excellent. I got the one Murmillo. I only got 2 copies of No Entry. I got no Spartacus. I got 2 Laquaris. One thing I was excited to get was a Test Tiger that I never saw.
Ooh, that's sick.
Would have been great to see. I did not get any copies of Battle Manica either.
Wow.
Which
oh my God.
I was just like down bad when it comes to the Glad strat.
I can understand like that. There are a lot of commons and rares I feel like you need. And to be fair, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't get any Laquari. So
I feel like not getting Laquari is fine because of the existence of Spartacus in this set.
I would agree, but there's so many instances where I was thinking Laquari's the move, but I don't have it. Like that time where I was thinking so long before I committed to the Dimakari, that should have auto been a Laquari hit. But because of the fact that I was nervous about the damage potentially that you could maybe hit over when you pair with a Gladius, I was nervous you were going to go Glad plus Equip, hit over whatever my other guy was, and then tag into Murmillo to pop Spartacus.
That
was my concern. And so Laquari basically ensures that unless you have double Equip spell, that you're not going to be able to get over it, because 2100 is like impossible to get over.
Yeah.
And so, I pulled pretty much the kitchen sink aside from Laquari. I got 3 Spartacus. I think I got like 5 Spartacus, actually. Double Battle Manica. Triple Murmillo was nice. I was feeling pretty good about that. Got my no entries. Only 2 Test Ape, which was weird. But everything else, for the most part, I'm glad that you also picked up on the Poison Cloud strat. I didn't play Summon Cloud. That was next level. I should have done that.
I was pretty excited about Summon Cloud. It came up, it ended up not being as good as I wanted it to be because you have to have a clear board for it. But when you just don't have other ways of destroying monsters once you lose your Murmillo, which I lost my Murmillo at the very beginning of both games.
Sure. I didn't even think about doing that to just get extra uses out of it, but when we're so desperate for removal, I think Summon Cloud, especially because we can take the opponent's Summon Cloud as well, that's pretty sick. I mean, we got to actually see that come up. I would have probably played Summon Cloud over this fucking, oh my god, where is it? The stupid Secutor. I drew this both games, and this card... If you can pull this off, like I was thinking of a situation where you get it off of a tag out and you have no entry set, then you ensure it's going to get to next turn. Then you just get to go crazy because then you get 2 summons off of it. It's nuts. But this, I kept drawing it, and when you draw this card, it's terrible. So I almost wish I just never played it. I would have probably not played that, and maybe like a couple of the counter traps to just play Summon Clouds because it's more removal. But Disarm did come up, and I didn't think it actually would.
It did indeed. I was also running the Disarm. I think I sided it out because of just like I was realizing I was never going to have enough Gladiator Beasts to make the difference because my Glads just were not sticking. And we just got to see the power of Battle Manica specifically. I was just looking at those fields and I was like, the only thing that got me out of that was Summon Cloud because my Murmillo was already gone, which is why I was on the return. I probably wouldn't have gone on to return if I had gotten even a second copy of Murmillo.
Honestly, Manica, I feel like we would play Manica in this series, even if it wasn't Gladiator Beast specific. The fact that your just thing can't die by battle, if we're in sets that have almost no removal, making your thing invincible to battle is insane. And Manica, the fact that you just get it back when it tags out is crazy. You just get so much value off of this card. I actually have fond memories before I went on hiatus with this game, playing Gladiator's Assault at the sneak peek when you still would like make your 20 card deck out of your 5 packs. And I remember just destroying people with Manica because I pulled 2 of them in my 5 packs. And I was just like, I can't lose this. This is just insane. So it was fun. But overall, I mean, even though I did 2-0 you in pretty convincing fashion, I think it was fun. At least it was interactive.
It was certainly interactive. It was, for sure. And this set is really interesting. As long as the 2 players have like a similar power level of opening, there's a lot of back and forth, especially with things like the Poison Cloud availability. There are even interesting fusions. I pulled an Inferno Wing, which I was considering running, but I only got 1 Dark Fusion. I was also in the side deck. I was on a Super Alloy Beast Raptinus strategy.
Interesting. Is that why you're on the Hypnos?
That is, well, besides the fact that I have Jack All for decent monsters to play in my main deck, and Hypno was the next strongest monster. Yeah, Hypno is in the main deck because with Gear Beast, or with Gear Knight and Hypno, and then I have the Infinity Darks in the side deck. Infinity Dark is a goddamn spectacular card under Raptinus in Glad Beast format.
I agree.
Raptinus is really cool because it doesn't really lose to no entry. And it gives you a free activation, but with things like, so I was running the single copy of the Overlimit because I was like, okay, if I can get another Gemini into rotation after crashing it or something, I can do that. I did not look at the 1,000 or less attack. I thought it said 1,000 or less defense, and read your cards, folks. But generally, a Raptinus plus an Infinity Dark is really, really strong into a slow field of Gladiator Beasts, but I just chose not to bring it in because you had basically your deck seemed to be set up such that you could consistently get more Gladiator Beasts onto the board than I could. So I didn't side it in, but I had it prepared there just in case I had something to go for.
Going into this episode, I did consider the Raptinus line just because, like you said, the stats on this matter significantly. And I read Infinity Dark too and thought, man, if there's a payoff for Raptinus aside from it being large enough to contest most of the Glads, like Infinity Dark, just like if you get those 2 out, you have the game on lock at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess you can't out Hoplimus if it's tagged out, but good luck getting them to that point.
Yeah,
right?
For real. Exactly.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another episode. Let's go ahead and shout out the patrons as always. A big shout to Shout1317, Moto, Cameron Smith, Tim00x3, Ian Musa, Chaotic People, SJ Winchester, Part 2, Pony Stark, Dan the Man Hoban, MBT Play Medolce, Synchro Guy, Ole, Yusuf Asin 05, Mystic Walk, I Ship MBT and Simo, Draconic Rockslide, Logan Thomas, Peter Gregory, Thomas Selson, Jordan Coons, Kelvin Ironblades, Imperious, Jesse Wood, True Nergasm, Brother Paul, Chris, So David Lou, Skyrose, Dylan Hunter, John Two Base, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Day Sir, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet, Give Me Speed Raider, Give Me Death, Jonah Messenger, oh my god, guys, please read your cards, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Matthew Brady, Dyer the Egyptian Editor, Max Tom Russell, why read your cards when you can just click buttons, Ben Snatch Seal for Prague 2021, Helios 515, Paint French Girls like one of your MBTs, Black Acre, Say Gage Gang Engage 3 times fast, the entire state of Indiana, D's Cards, MBT fans gaming more than COVID, Simping for Simo, Mark Jackson, Tyler H, Justice for Queen Tiramisu, and Simo's harem of sexy Yugi tubers. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.